this afternoon led by the Reverend Michael Overy, followed by the pledge of allegiance. We'll stand and have a word of prayer. Thank you.
Let us pray. Father God, we thank you for this day and opportunity to bless us all to see and be a part of. Thank you, God, for being so good to us, so kind to us all. Thank you for this great city and the people who work hard to serve the city to make it a great place. Understanding, God, we pray your peace will rest upon all of us in this building. We pray, God, that everything we say or do tonight be pleasing unto your sight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here. Councilwoman Hicks. Here. Councilman Overy.
here.
Councilwoman Fisher. Here. President Kelly.
Here. I'd like to call now for the we don't have any recognitions or awards tonight. We don't have any adoptions of resolutions. We do have some introduction of ordinances. The first ordinance to be introduced to you will be introduced to you by Council Vice President Michael Irvin.
This is an introduction only. A ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a labor agreement between the city of Bogalusa and Micon Services. This will be up for discussion at our next council meeting 2 weeks from now. At this time, council, we have to amend the agenda. As you know, we do not have to have a vote just to amend the agenda. So at this time, we're going to, I request to, we're going to amend the agenda. Do I have a motion to amend the agenda?
I second.
So moved.
Okay, roll call. Secretary Page.
Mark, that is a vote. Vice President Irvin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Douglas. Aye. Councilwoman Smith. Aye. Councilwoman Hicks.
Aye.
Councilman Overy.
Aye.
Councilwoman Temple. Aye. President Kelly.
Aye.
Excuse me.
At this time,
We got point of order. Excuses, go ahead.
Yeah, it says any time you take a vote. It doesn't say any time you think it's not necessary, you don't have to vote. It says any time you gotta go to nobody really cares, it's just been quiet.
Ms. McLeod, would you like to speak on the amendment?
No,
I'm just asking.
no.
Nothing to discuss on the amendment. Now we'll move forward with the motion on the
all right, now, this is introduction only. We'll be discussing 2 weeks from now. Introduction, ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Bogalusa to enter into a master engineering services agreement between the city of Bogalusa and the Professional Engineering Consultants Corporation to construct the terminal apron and connector for taxiway rehabilitation. This will be up for discussion 2 weeks from now, and it will be a public discussion.
Now, the ordinance of introduction. An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Bogalusa to enter into a contract agreement with Apogee redesign the city website. This will be discussed at our next council meeting on the 6th of August. Next, we have the public hearings and adoptions of ordinances. First ordinance for introduction to be introduced to you by Councilwoman Temples.
An ordinance authorizing the payment of Jinko's costs and fees in Jinko versus City of Bogalusa. The City of Bogalusa is hereby granted the authority to pay a sum of $2,100 to settle the suit of Brian Jinko on behalf of the council.
Do we have a motion?
I make a motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I said,
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any public discussion on this matter that was just read to you? On the ordinance of payment of Jinko's costs and fees of the City of Bogalusa?
Deborah Garcetti, 764 Marshall Richardson Road. The paperwork doesn't say what this suit was pertaining to. So could you give us some enlightenment on that?
I don't have a copy of the subpoena. Mr. May, would you happen to have a copy of your subpoena, sir, on this? At this time, then, I cannot tell you what's on the suit, because I don't have a copy of the subpoena.
Point of order, I believe that it may be pertaining to, and I would have to confirm this, because I don't have my copy with me as well, but pertaining to public records request being untimely, that that's not correct.
My time, please. I suggest if y'all don't know what it's about, that it's tabled until the next meeting.
Thank you for that, Ms. Cortez.
My name is Deborah Preston. I live at 641 St. Augustine Street, Bogalusa, Louisiana. I heard the ending which says it must be paid on the behalf of the council. Yet the council can explain to us the proper reason for why we should even be paying. That's your responsibility as the council. You're there for checks and balances. Why are we paying Jinko? You can't answer us. It's a simple question. I'm not coming down on anyone, but when you come into these meetings, be prepared. You're the council. Be prepared. We should not have to table a topic for you to come up to standard. That is not our job as citizens in this community. And to be honest, you failed us. Why are we paying a fee of $2,000 on the council's behalf that you can't explain? Anybody can answer. I don't have no name. You guys have to prepare for these meetings. To just walk in and state stuff without explaining.
Ms. Yvette, as I indicated, I believe this was due to a public records request that was made by Mr. Jinko with reference to, I believe it's the ATM machines. I can't stand corrected, but primarily, and I will discuss, I have additional questions during the council, during our council comments as well on that, but I believe that's primarily what it was about.
Yeah, and we understand changes are made sometimes without foresight. But here we have foresight. And all we were asking, all she was asking is what was the reason. And the council said, well, we have to table it to the next meeting.
Excuse me, no ma'am. Ms. Garcetti asked could we take it to the next meeting.
Till we find out.
The council did not say that. The reason being, as Ms. Gloria stated, Mr. Jinko did file suit because information wasn't presented to him in a timely manner in reference of the ATM machines that wasn't moved out.
Whose responsibility was that?
The administration, not the council.
The current administration, the old administration, or both?
The current administration.
So
It
it's
was-
a 2,000, why is it being done on the behalf of the council?
It's because that's the way Mr. Jinko filed his lawsuit on behalf of the council, because it was told to him that the council will make sure that the ATM machine
I would
was
like to
moved.
read Casper.
Yes, ma'am. It was placed in here due to the administration.
When was
allowing
it
to
placed
go.
there?
At the first of last year.
Last year.
Yes, ma'am.
The
And
mayor
since then,
just-
since
it's
then,
$2,000.
since then, the machine has been in City Hall, but it was unplugged. No one was able to use it. And if you can remember, Ms.
No, I
Shannon
can't. I
Hines.
moved here.
Okay, but you was here. I'm quite sure you've been attending all the meetings. Ms. Shannon
Actually, I missed
Hines
the last
spoke, and she said that it didn't matter which machines was here. She was tired of the customers complaining about not having an ATM machine to use. So this is what this is reference to. It's not that the council didn't know, because we all know.
And also, point of order, Mr. Jay, from what I understand, under advisement, with our city attorney and risk management, that settles the cases, they are recommending that we more or less take the lowest resolution, which is the 2,100 versus a larger amount for the settlement, risk management. It's been ongoing, and risk management, from what I understand, has just decided to make a decision on that.
And I would like to have the statement that I've been here at every city council meeting removed from the record, because that's not correct.
You're mostly.
I was actually not at the last two meetings, ma'am.
Okay.
I left dental surgery in Mississippi to come here because the matter was of urgency.
Yes, ma'am.
And like I said, I had oral surgery this morning. So if I'm slobbering, forgive me, I can't feel my bottom lip.
Yes, ma'am, but you're not sorry, but we definitely appreciate you. Can you remove it that I said, but like I stated.
Okay,
You're
okay.
mostly at all meetings, and we do appreciate.
You didn't say
it.
mostly. You
That's
said
why I
I
said,
am.
can you remove it, and now I'm stating, you're mostly at all meetings, and we definitely appreciate you. Because your concerns do be valid. Even though you had a surgeon, that lets us know that you're dedicated.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tobias, before you start, please state your name and address for the record. Your 3 minutes will start after you state your name and address for the record.
Tobias Robinson, 1127 Avenue J. What just happened just now was just terrible. What the leadership at? What the accountability at? I mean, we go to court, we gotta pay some money. We got a city attorney, right? We gotta do better than that. We gotta do better than that, Mr. Mayor. You the city attorney. If we go to court, you the head man in charge.
You always lie saying that I'm the city attorney, but I didn't represent the city on this matter. Rich management had asked to remove these off.
But you done took over now.
I didn't represent the city on this case.
That's acceptable, y'all? Is that acceptable? He didn't represent the city on this case, so he don't know nothing about it. Even though he's a city attorney as of now. Learn old cases. You hear me? Learn old cases that happen in the city, so when they come up, you can speak on that too. I'm just saying, we gotta do better. We got to. Come on now, it's about Bogalusa. Hey, you gotta do what's best for Bogalusa, what's right for the city. I wanna see some people working for Bogalusa who's supposed to be working for Bogalusa. That's what I wanna see.
Mr. Roberts, can I just address you? We are aware of what's going on, and I'm not discrediting anything that you said, but as we did go with the lowest bids, but you do know that you can say, hey, Bumblebee, and if they can find a way to sue, they'll find a way to sue. And that's what, like you say, we do need to come together more as citizens and just do what's right and stand for what's right. But however, the city as well as the council is being sued for not having the ATM machine moving in a proper timely manner. And that's just the truth behind it. And if people could find a way to sue, you all already know they will find a way to sue the city.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And point of order, also, I would like to read 22nd Judicial District Court for the Parish of Washington, State of Louisiana. This is a petition that our city attorney forwarded to us. Number 119465, Brian V. Jingo versus Leslie S. Pittman, custodian of public records, City of Bogalusa, Tyron Tron, individually and as mayor of the City of Bogalusa, the City of Bogalusa, and the Bogalusa City Council. The petition for the writ of Medeas and damages. It says the petition of Brian V. Jingo, referred Jingo, domicile in Washington, Louisiana, Washington Parish, Louisiana, having mailing address, they give his mailing address. The following parties made defendants in the matter are justly and truly indebted to your petition, jointly, severally, and insolvently. Leslie S. Pittman, individually in her capacity as custodian of public records, who can be served, and they give her address, they give the mayor's address, they give the City of Bogalusa political subdivision, and the Bogalusa City Council a political subdivision. And it goes on to say Ms. Jingo submitted a public records request to the City of Bogalusa on Wednesday, March 20th, 2024, requesting public records. And it goes on to say copies of any and all correspondence to include, but not limited to letters, emails, and text messages sent by and received from and any member of the Bogalusa City Council and any employee of the Bogalusa City government regarding removal of automated teller machines located in the Bogalusa City Hall. It's got quite extensive, but once again, this case number is 119465. If anyone would like a copy of it, we'll be glad to get you a copy of it, of the actual petition. And that is, as we had indicated, the reasonings for this particular case. And our risk management did recommend, rather than going to court on it, our new standard corrected attorney may, if I'm, misspeaking, but they recommended that we resolve it at the lowest level with $2,100.
Thank you for that, Councilwoman Kate. Ma'am?
Ms. Arende, would you please state your name and address for the record? And after that, state your name and address, your 3 minutes will start.
Good evening. My name is Rhonda Arende. My address is 8267th Street, Bogalusa, Louisiana. Thank you, Ms. Case, for clarifying. I just want to say, look, this ain't the time that just be pointing fingers at each other. We have a city to run. And as Attorney May stated, he wasn't over the case. If he wasn't over the case, he wasn't over the case. Somebody else handled it. We don't need to get up here and just be criticizing each other, because we need to run our city. We all here, like I always get up and say now, we need to be in unity. We need to come together to see how to make our city run. We don't need to be on public television accusing each other of this and that. Y'all, let's just work together and let's just make our city run. But I want to get up on the behalf of Attorney May. If he didn't handle the case, he didn't handle the case. He's here, he's doing his job to the best of his ability. And my recommendation to say, if it's something that he don't know, go further. You know, get the help that's needed, that we need. Let's not get up here and just criticize each other. Come on, y'all. This is just like folks up here acting like clowns and people watching. I hear them all the time saying, oh, y'all don't watch council meetings stuff. Come on, we can do better than that. Let's just come in unity and stop bickering at each other. Sit down at the round table. Don't wait to come here to do it. We all have to set examples. We all have to respect one another. And if it's something that needs to be said, go to that brother, you know, go to that sister, and let's not just run in here and just running at each other. Y'all, we got to run our city. Thank you.
I would just like to, correct the record. This lawsuit is not against me. It's not against Ms. Pittman. The ordinance states, on behalf of the city council. When you look and go back, this is all over ATMs. Mr. Jinko requested documents. They come to the public records custodian. She accepts all requests for public records on behalf of all of the city. Once she receives said request, she has to go to whatever department has the documentation. The council did not turn over the documentation, which is why we're sitting here with an ordinance to pay on behalf of the council. I just want to correct that because this is not the administration dropping the ball. Thank you.
The public record request was submitted to the public records person. I'm not sure if she went to the council to receive it, but I mean,
They can come to us to receive, information.
Mr. Cloud, would you state your name and address for the record? After you state your name and address, you're 3 minutes to talk.
Kevin, 414 Mississippi Avenue. I just, a couple of things. One is, I don't understand why you guys just can't say, you said everybody knew what this was about, and yet everybody is acting like they have no clue what this is about, you know? You can be respectful to the community, which is why we started getting here rowdy stuff, because you got a key message from you all, which is that we don't know what it's about. Clearly you do, and clearly you guys just didn't feel like explaining it, which is really unfortunate. So I appreciate that somebody was willing to acknowledge that. You know, the more you treat us like we are idiots and don't deserve respect, the more you're going to get the same thing back. And the second thing is that I have personally had the experience of asking for a public records request that I never got fulfilled. That was sent to the city council and never got an answer. It wasn't a big deal, so I haven't pursued it and made a big deal about it. But people get busy, so I don't get too worried. But it wasn't fulfilled on time. And then you go through the city. The city council maintains their own records. The city doesn't. So I believe, unless that's wrong.
Did you ask? And who did you speak to? Which council person didn't give you information that you asked for?
I didn't speak to the city council. I went to the public records person.
Okay, you just said the council didn't give you information, and I don't know.
No, city council, which is all of you collectively, not an individual.
Collectively, individually.
You guys are, let's try it again. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that you guys are responsible for maintaining your own records. They're not intermingled with the city. So if something is requested of the city council, my understanding, and if I'm wrong, you can tell me, Bernie probably knows, is that if it's a city council record, it will be requested from city council, as opposed to public record, the administration. That's my understanding. Is that correct? Okay. So you guys are responsible for your own records. Thank you.
Point of order, to my knowledge, when a request for record is submitted to our appointed person for the record, whether it's for the council or not, you know, I'm just under the impression that it all goes through our public records, person.
That's what I said, it goes to the public records and then they research it from that.
Mr. McLeod, that'll finish speaking, please.
Right, I was under the impression, as this is in the legal, petition through the courts. Public records request went through our public records individual, and the public records were for, the council records. So, you know, as I said, I'm not certain if that record came down through, our office to receive, or if it, I'm just not sure how it was how it was processed. I'll just say that, I'm not certain. But normally, a public record request goes through our public records person, and she retrieves the records through, Ms. Brenda, our secretary.
Correct.
And Ms. Brenda, did you receive any requests from her? Okay,
Whatever she brings me, I give to her.
thank you,
She takes it back.
thank you.
Mr. Corsetti, you'll be the last one on this issue, sir.
Mr. Corsetti, please state your name and address for the record. After you state your name and address for the record, your 3 minutes will start.
Richard Corsetti, 769 Marshall Richardson Road. I think when any citizen talks to any of you council people about record request or anything, if maybe Brian came up here and mentioned something to you and nothing was done, it could have fell back on you somewhere. One of you might have done something. And the mayor went to court, I imagine, and he found out that his best deal out of court was probably the 2100 or whatever it is. And he says, let me do it. Because he has no other background to be able to straighten that out. So in the future, I would watch myself if anybody's talking about records from Brian Janko or anybody else, and take care of that problem. And tell them, go see the record request person. And I don't think we'll have a problem, because I've been in the record request and met the lady there, and everything works out fine. I looked through records and everything. It was fine. So, okay, thank y'all.
All right, Mr. Farrell.
Mr. Farrell, from the microphone, please state your name and address for the record. And you state your name and address for the record.
Thanks, Farrell, 1931 Dewitt Place. I'd like to know how many times did Mr. Jinko make a request for that information? Seems like to me, if he made one request and then again he should have made another request. For him to be wanting this city to pay out $2,000 for information that he didn't receive, and he pretend like he loved the city of Bogalusa, I can't see it. To me, he wants to use Bogalusa to make his piggy bank bigger. That's what I see. And Mr. Jinko just needs to drop that suit and make another request, and if he don't get it, then he go make a suit. That would be the proper way to do it, if he loves Bogalusa so well, as he said. In which I do not believe. Because if he loved the city, he would want the money, this city needs money, he would even want to take this $2,000. Thank you.
That's going to conclude public participation at this time. We got a county discussion on this matter.
Yeah, I want to.
Yes, I do have a discussion. From what I understand, conversation with our city attorney, and I just want to make this public for transparency. This particular funding, if it passes, will not come out of the council funds, but out of the general funds. Is that correct, Attorney Matt?
Yes.
It would be coming out of the general funds. And then also, My second question is, in the attachment that was sent, that was emailed to us, was there an actual, is this the actual judgment that was given? I couldn't find the language on the actual judgment, the final judgment of it. Was this the final judgment? Attorney Wade, to your knowledge?
No, ma'am. I can reach out to Al Gerard,
To see what the final.
Basically, you all are settling. So the way a settlement works is if conditions are met on both sides, then the deal goes through. So the condition is once you all vote to pay for it, it'll be settled. And again, I would just like to say, Ms. Leslie is a consummate professional. So to insinuate that somehow this has anything to do with my public records department, it's asinine. We have not been sued other than this lawsuit for public records ever since Ms. Pittman has been the public records custodian for the city of Bogalusa.
Thank you, Mayor, for that. Apparently, folks that wrote this petition up, perhaps it should be revised to exclude Ms. Pittman in the suit, because they definitely have her in the suit. So maybe it could be revised to exclude her in the suit itself. It's just a question.
Any further council discussion?
Michael.
Yeah, I want to ask Attorney May, so basically this was an agreement between Mr. Jinko and the city to pay this amount?
between Mr. Jinko is represented by Matthew Gall.
Okay.
The city is represented by Al Gerard.
Okay.
They negotiated the deal and just contacted me with what they want to agree on, and I was to bring it back to you all to see what that works.
So that they fine with this amount, this was the cheapest amount, the cheapest way to go?
Yes, sir.
And I just want to say for the record, because I don't want anyone leaving this building tonight thinking that the council does not know what's going on. It's presented before us, so definitely y'all should know that we know what's going on. Also, and I want to piggyback on what our mayor said, for as Ms. Leslie, when it all got started, and I'll say it again, if you can find a way to milk a duck, you'll milk a duck. The mayor hired her to deal with public record requests because we had so many coming in. She was very professional. She's still professional. She still does her job with decency and order. But if people could find a way to have confirmation or to try to get over, they will. It goes all the way back, and I'm not about to go back and forth into detail. If anybody have any questions or concerns, my number is 985-570-7145. This stems from ATMs. If you go back to the original germ of it, the person who ATM machine that was placed in here at the time did not have the correct license. And that's how it all got started. Mr. Jinko did come to the meetings. He did attend. He did make his request. He got up voicefully and spoke. His brother even came and spoke on part of the behalf. We received information just thanking us. We received the envelope. When we left out the meeting, they said that they was trying to pay us, which was the truth. So we went back and forth and on and on and on with that. At the end of the day, the man wanted everything to be done right. When I say the man, I'm referring to Mr. Brian Jinko that has the lawsuit before us. We have to pass it in order to settle with him. So yes, every council person up here, we don't have to raise our hand like we're in grade school, know what this is about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further council discussion? There's no further council discussion, we'll have a vote by roll call, please.
All right, this time I'm gonna make a speech. I have to abstain on based on the following. I do contract work for a LLC that, even though that Brian Jinko is not my boss, or does he pay me? He is listed on the LLC as a successor upon the death of the person in that business. So I have to abstain based on remote conflict of interest. Thank you.
Councilwoman Douglas. Councilwoman Smith.
Aye.
Councilwoman Tate.
Aye.
Councilman O'Reilly.
Aye.
Councilwoman Temples.
Aye.
President Kelly.
Nay. Thank you for that, Councilman. Order passes 4-2 with one abstention. We will now move to the conclusion of our council meeting for tonight. We will now move on to public participation. Ms. Garcetti. State your name and your address, please. You have 2 minutes.
Edward Garcetti, 764 Marshall Richardson Road. I have two things on my mind. First one is, if the city of Bogalusa is going to pay for the council's fine in this matter, why didn't they pay for the mayor's fine in this matter? The mayor personally paid $4,600 out of his own pocket for the settlement on his behalf of this case. That's wrong.
That's a total different case in this court.
And I beg to differ.
It's already passed. If you want to know
I
why
think
it
we
passed.
can bring it back up and reimburse the mayor. My second thing is something that was on the agenda but not brought up, and that is software for the city by a company named Aptitude. I just encourage, if this is something that you're still considering, to really cross your T's and dot your I's. Make sure what you're getting into. Because my experience with this sort of thing is they will promise you the world and suck you dry throughout the process. They will. I had this when I worked for an insurance company, and we hired a prestigious company, well-known company, to come and build software for us. It ended up being $25,000 a month that we were paying out, because they get into it and there's this problem and there's that problem and this is going to be extra. And we didn't expect this. Just be sure what y'all getting into.
Yes, ma'am. It was introduced tonight, Ms. Garcetti. We'll discuss it in our next meeting. Thank you for that information. It was very valuable.
Yeah. David McLeod.
Debbie McCullough, 414 Mississippi Avenue. A couple of things. Once again, I understand that people knew what was, the council knew. What I don't understand is why somebody can't just say, oh, sure, here is the reason for this. And it makes no sense. Even something as simple as asking what something's about should get that kind of reaction from the council. Makes no sense. Secondly, Mr. Kellis, I would like to know what you meant when you did your response to the legal thing that came up today, and what you said as well as addressing legal assistance issues. And I'd like to know what legal assistance issues you and the council have and what kind of help you need. And you know, we do understand about all of this. You know, when you talk to us like we're stupid or we don't understand, you really are, again, being very disrespectful. I understand exactly what's going on. You know, all we're asking is to keep, for whoever might not listen, or this may be the first meeting or listening online, you know, it's not a big deal to just say this is what it's about. You know, I don't understand. I would love to hear from the council what legal assistance you guys are needing. Thank you.
Thank you.
No comment.
Marvin Austin Senior. Reverend Keith Merrill.
Please state your name and address for the record, Mr. Merrill. 10 minutes following that.
My name is Reverend Keith Merrill. My address is 925 East 4th Street, apartment 70, here in Bogalusa, Louisiana. Council, we need you all to be more respectful to the people. We don't need you to talk to the people like we're trash, like we're dumb and stupid, and like we're low class. And we need the council to work together with the administration. The administration trying their best to work with the council. And we don't need none of this good old boy doing. Like you say, you're gonna pay for one, but don't pay for the other. I said 2 weeks ago, don't sell out to nobody but God. We got too much of this fake stuff going on at these council meetings. It's the same old stuff. And if our city council can't work for us, then come election time, we need to find somebody who's going to work for us and stop working for the good old boys. Everybody in Bogalusa knows the Gencos don't care nothing about Bogalusa. They're part of the reason why Bogalusa is dying. And we need y'all to stop working for the Gencos. You stop working for them and start working for us. Now, if you got yourself in a tight with them, I suggest that you pray to God and ask God to help you get out from under those slave and their ownership and start working for the people. Because guess what? When you close your eyes and you stand before the great master, the jingo is your master or your master. God bless you.
Good evening.
Please state your name and address for the record, Mr. Merrill.
Joel Miller, 532 Officer Street. I'm still dismayed because the city council, it seems like we still have problems. Every time we get one thing settled, another thing come up. The Jacob play a game with the city council, and you all know this. They even call me and get a appointment with them to the mayor. Then when they get with the mayor, they get behind the mayor's back and don't talk about it. They tell everybody's business. If you go to them about something, they let other people know. You need to get your hands out of the Jinko's pocket and get them out your pocket. And it's ridiculous how things are going. I call everybody now. The council can be picked up, support this mayor and the other together and get bubbles up back and rolling like it should. Thank you.
All right. Lee Kelly.
Good evening. My name is Lee Kelly, 48239 Highway 10. I first came to this area in 1997, from across the pond, you might say. And I recognize a lot of you, Mr. O'Reilly, Ms. Douglas, Ms. Cates, Mr. Kellis. Of course, you're still a police officer. And just going to regular meetings and what have you, I just realized that there was a real lack of unity. And that was back in 97. I attended every single council meeting, parish council meetings, Bogalusa council meetings, school board meetings, and then started to run tapes of them. And then I would come here specifically and get a transcript of what was picked up. Every time I spoke, it said inaudible. So from that, a process ensued and we started to make documentaries about certain things. So what I wanted to say today is there still seems to be an effective governance for all the people. And just a suggestion I'd like to make, and it may already be in place, as far as these public records requests, I ran into the same thing back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So maybe a simple law that could be photocopied of each public record request that comes in and placed in each councilman's mailbox, and if it's pertinent to the council, they can have that request fulfilled ASAP and sign off, so there's some accountability. I don't know, there's just so many things going through my head right now, but I guess what I really needed to say is, it's been 27 years, it was 27 years in May. And I haven't been here for a long, long time. But it seems like not a whole lot has changed. And I think most of you here attend church. And in closing, I would just like to say, in the Bible, it says clearly, if you don't agree with your government, pray for them. It clearly does not say, stab them in the back and twist the knife. Thank you.
Thank
No. Thank you.
Rebecca Ferris, I was giving her my 3 minutes. Richard Corsetti.
Good afternoon, Ms. Garcetti. As you know, section 9 address for the record. We have 2 minutes start after section 9 address.
764 Marshall Richardson Road, Richard Corsetti. I don't have much to say, really. After everybody talked like they did, I'm appalled by it all. And only thing I gotta say is my street on Marshall Richardson Road needs pavement at the ends. It's taking the front end of my truck off, my cars, everything. But we got a lot of 18-wheelers running up and down Marshall Richardson Road, which I heard they're not supposed to be there. And I snapped some pictures of them, but I don't know how good it will be. But we do have them up and down there. I don't know why. But they have logs on them and everything. The other thing is I hope, you know, the way it all turns out, that we don't have any more lawsuits. And especially from the Jankos, I think there was 2 of them. 2 separate ones. So, you know, after the first, you know, that should have been the end, but then there's another. And let's hope Brian doesn't do any more. Let's put the shield up. Because I'll tell you what, when I got divorced, my first wife, I knew lawyers and I had shields. And it cost me $1,000 for my divorce. And he was happy to get it. So, anyways, thank y'all.
As you approach the microphone, please state your name and address for the record. You'll have approximately 2 minutes.
Hello, my name is Lucretia Barnado. I stay at 605 Avenue B. As a fellow resident of Bogalusa, I come today to express my burdens. I feel betrayed, sad, and looked at as less of a human being. I did business with a landlord in hopes of putting a roof over my kids' head, giving them a place to stay and a place of comfort. Once we moved in around June 20th, and the utilities became running and were up and running, we were hit with fixable problems, which I discussed with the landlord. Instead, she came with a new lease that was full of lies. It also stated that once I signed this lease, that I would become responsible to fix the items, so I refused to sign the second lease because I signed the first one. Her brother also came during July and demanded the rent for July. I told them that I didn't mind paying the rent, as long as the shower and things were fixed in the house. Instead of that, I asked them to give me a proper eviction notice. They did not give me that. They came to cut off the utilities. They took all of my furniture, my food, and my kids' clothes, my clothes, and electronics that I had in my house. You say you want a better Bogalusa, but this person is part of your city council. Do you want a slumlord to represent our city? A slumlord might be a harsh term, but what do you call someone who uses their power to take and break people? Someone who doesn't care that they are hurting kids in the process of their anger. You didn't break me, but you took items from my kids. You took everything I worked hard for. In conclusion, I will leave you with a poem. I am you, you are me, one God, one earth, one humanity. And this is how we make Bogalusa a better Bogalusa, by sticking together and standing up for what's right.
That's the one,
I did wrong. Please state your name and address for the
That's the
record.
young lady.
Ellen Carter, 1406 Hickory Avenue. First, Reverend Mike Obi, they didn't get to Warren Street, and the lady called me in. So, if you might come and see about that. And next, I said I wasn't gonna say anything else about these speed humps, but something have to be did with the children of the city of Bogalusa, not just mine, but all children. They need somebody to play. So if y'all can find some land or something, put something up for these children, because they need somebody to play. I even offered to pay for the speed hump, but I guess that was slowed down too. And then I was told that it might get, y'all might get sued. But if they don't fly through there, they won't tear their cars up for the super city. So they drive too fast through it. And I hate to take matters in my own hands, because I've been backing up some other stuff this week. But something will have to be done. And y'all, somebody holler about everybody they women gonna want a speed hump on their street. But this great man needs something done. Because I didn't think that was right, they even say that kind of word. So, yeah, you need to talk to people, give respect. That's what I try to do, is give respect, because I want respect. But don't speak to me that way again, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carter.
Alex Green,
Yes.
Green.
Ms. Greeley, as you approach the microphone, please state your name and address for the record.
Ellen Green,
You have 2 minutes.
1505 Hickory Avenue. I'm here because I had a neighbor evict behind me. They left all their dogs, all the bicycles, tore up rims and stuff, all bed rail, and the grass is up to their window, and they not doing nothing about it. And last year we had big snakes, you think they came out the jump. So I was like, y'all still have that enforcement, that code enforcement? But could y'all have them to come out and look? If the house is behind me, I'm on Hickory. They on Dolphin. Thank
You said 205, Ms. Day?
Huh?
You on 205?
1505.
Okay.
They impacted Dolphin.
Is that Chris?
Ms. Preston, as you approach the microphone, please state your name and address for the record. After you state your name and address, you will be in 2 minutes.
Thank you. My name is Yvette Preston, 641 St. Augustine Street, Bogalusa. And thank you for reminding me of the procedure. I'm quite aware. And like some of the citizens said, the council seems to feel comfortable talking down to us. My pointed example, every council meeting I come in here, the president sits here and chews gum and pops it in our face and gets upset. Public speaking, number one, at least remove the gum. The secretary, she comes in here, she pops her gum, chews gum for the whole meeting. You keep saying you are aware and educated. It's time we start acting that way. Because it is disrespectful when you're sitting there and you're chewing your gum in our face when we expressing our grievances to the council. Now, I also want to know, who is the EEO representing? Is that the Office of Personnel Management? Because we obviously have some issues. Serving as a GS-13 in the federal government as an EEO liaison, some of the behavior I've seen in this council is very questionable. I'm tired of coming in here asking for basic respect when it should be given. And if it's only $2,100, damn it, I'll pay it. I'll pay $2,100 to G-Card, because that's how I feel about Bogalusa. I shouldn't have to. You were on watch at that time. You were aware at that time. You knew back in March. You received the request. Now we're just finding out. You have failed us on so many levels, and it is time for this council to step up and start respecting the citizens in this community. Like I said, I would like to know who the EEO officer is. Thank you.
Ms. Haynes, please state your name and address for the record.
I live in Arizona, Susan Rabbit Haynes, 132 Ridge Drive. Respect, you have to give respect again. This is really ridiculous. We are all elders. Every time I come to a meeting, y'all are in the office. You lay back, nonchalant, and you don't care. We all are hurting. Bogalusa's hurting. It's really ridiculous. Treat people, talk to people the way you want somebody to talk to you. That's not respect. You ran for this office, you are in the office. Why did you do it? Why did you run? Go back to your beginning. Go back to why you ran. It's not what Timber's want. It's not what you want. It's what all of us want. Let's work together for a better Bogalusa.
I'd like to say my comments to after the vote for police.
You have to come there in public participation.
Excuse me?
You have to come there in public participation.
Well, I'll be here for public participation.
You want him to say it now. You want him to talk now.
My name is Stefan Tyson. I stay at 1730 Egan Place.
Before you begin, correction to the record, you can actually, because it will be a vote that we will be taking, the council vote, you can be able to speak then also. There's a correction I need to make to you publicly, sir.
Well, I thank you for doing that, and I will sit back down until that time. I don't have anything to speak on when you vote.
Yes, sir.
Then I'll have something to say.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And also, point of order, I would like to quote that revised statute 42.14 about a vote, when we vote on the issue of our police confirmation of the public has public participation as well as council comments.
Tobias Ross, 1127 Avenue. Okay. Bogalusa, like Ms. Sue said, Bogalusa hurt. We tired of games. We tired of people running for office to better themselves. We tired of people coming to work, not doing the job that they said they was gonna do, to get elected. We sick of it. Bogalusa look bad. So that means y'all look bad. We look at the whole city. Ain't nobody looking good around here, whether y'all know it or not. Kids killing kids. I mean, what's going on with Bogalusa that the council can't come together and do stuff for Bogalusa and the elected officials? Anything going on with Bogalusa for us going to court to let our city attorney, whether he wasn't there for the case or not, he's supposed to know about that, don't y'all think? If it's still going on right now and you in that position, you got to answer for that, just like the mayor. The mess that went and left, the mayor he's held responsible for that. He got to clean all that up. If you don't want the position, get out of it. Because we can do better. All the way around. All the way around. Bogalusa got to start taking care of Bogalusa. People. And for all y'all think I'm not registered to vote and I don't vote, you're a fool if you think that. I'm not leading nobody to do nothing that I ain't doing myself or can't do. Everything come out of my mouth is what's in my heart. This is what I live. I'm for Bogalusa. When I come in here, I ain't your friend, I ain't your brother, I ain't your, I'm a concerned citizen of Bogalusa. This Bogalusa business in here, it ain't about me. And I'm going to live that. That's what it is. Y'all got that? Thank y'all.
Good afternoon, Mr. Farrell. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 2 minutes.
Good afternoon. My name is Faith Farrell. I live at 1931 Dewood Place. You all come here every week and pledge allegiance and say equal justice for all. I do not see equal justice for all. Number one, you all just pay the bill that you all owe, that you got sued, but the mayor got a bill that he had to pay when he got sued, and the court, you all didn't pay. But you voted to pay you all bill, so what is equal justice if y'all not paying his bill? I think you all owe him a refund for the money he spent. If you don't give him a refund, there is no equal justice. Y'all need to stop pledging to the flag. That's just how I see it. Y'all might not like what I said, but I speak from my heart, the truth. Let's see some equal justice and refund this man his money. I'm asking you all to do that. If y'all can't do that, I will be giving y'all help from now on.
As you all should know, I'm here on behalf of the youth of Bogalusa with my organization, Forever Takes a Village. For some that sit on the council that has talked about my organization, I don't appreciate it. We are a 501c3 organization. I don't need nothing from no one. I don't ask no one for anything. And I have held this in for the longest. Everything I do in the city of Bogalusa, it comes out of my pocket. I do it for free. I don't do it for show. Now, another thing, if you can pay this petty cash to Jinko, someone that has more money than everyone up in here, you can agree with this mayor on getting a center for these kids or something going for the kids in this community. Yes. Thank you.
We'll complete public participation now.
Good evening. My fellow citizens and council members, tonight I stand before you with great pride and enthusiasm as I announce my nomination for the next chief of the Bogalusa Police Department. It is my honor and distinct privilege to present Mr. James Smitty Smith for this pivotal role. His commitment and dedication have earned him the respect of all of the community. Affectionately referring to him as RoboCop for his unwavering commitment to fairness and justice. Throughout his career, Mr. Smith has served in crucial roles, including as the Internal Affairs Officer, a testament to his integrity and willingness to ensure accountability within the police ranks. He has also been, during his time on the force, one of the driving forces behind community policing, fearlessly entering neighborhoods that others deem too challenging. Beyond his service in law enforcement, Mr. Smith is a proud veteran of the United States Army, bringing with him a wealth of leadership experience and a deep sense of duty to our city and our country. If confirmed, Mr. Smith will make history as the first African-American chief of the Bogalusa Police Department in its 110-year legacy. This milestone reflects our commitment to diversity and inclusion within our leadership ranks. Under Mr. Smith's leadership, our administration looks forward to advancing a community-centric approach to policing. Together, we aim to further reduce our homicide rate, enhance the visibility of our officers, and cultivate stronger relationships with the youth of Bogalusa. I urge your full support in confirming Mr. James Smith as our next police chief. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Robo! Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Like the mayor said, I've been here a little bit over 35 years. I met my wife here in 1989, moved here, got married, raised a daughter. Then I got hired on the Bogalusa Police Department in 1980. From 1990. From 1990 to 2018, I served in various positions on the police department. I worked my way from a patrolman. I retired as a major over detectives. Most of the people here know me. They know what I stand for. If it's not like looking, don't happen. If it's anything other than that, I'm gonna have to be, I'm just an honest person, and I'm kind of lost for words right now. I just finally said it in, but I don't have how they say big eyes, no U's, or anything like that. I treat everyone fair across the board. There are officers here now that I either trained or worked under me in my 20 years, and the council president tells us, me and him worked together before he retired. You have Major Turboline, he was on my shift. As a matter of fact, he worked for me. I trained him when he was in reserves. He also rolled with me. Janice Johnson. Yes. Her person Michael Bracey, worked with all those guys, and they know my leadership skills. They know that I'm hard, but I'm fair. And officers will be held accountable. Also, citizens will be held accountable. So that's what I have to say right now. And hope that the council give me a vote of confidence. Thank you. Yes,
Is there any public discussion?
Come on, Tyson, I ain't gonna beat you. Come on, Tyson. I'm waiting after the vote. No, it's time now. You gotta speak now.
Keith Merrill, 925 East 4th Street, Apartment 70. I think that the council needs to confirm Mr. Smith, aka RoboCop. And I'm not saying that because he's black, he can't be confirmed. I wouldn't care if he was Black, white, Millie Green. He's qualified, everyone here knows him, and he's going to be easy to work with if we're not breaking the law. But if we're breaking the law, he might not be so easy to work with if we keep breaking the law, but he also be a person of compassion who will listen to us. So I think that the council need to go ahead and confirm this nomination of Mr. James RoboCop Smith to be the next Chief of Police for Bogalusa. And I believe that you all are going to do the right thing tonight and confirm it. God bless you.
Tobias Ross, 1127 Avenue J. Much needed. We've been waiting on you to come back. I know you missed the opportunity, but he didn't get an opportunity to be chief. He should have been chief of Bogalusa. Being black people, too many times in our lives we are denied the opportunity to be what we really could be and to help in the way that we really could help. Today the council has an opportunity to give Mr. Smith the opportunity to bring Bogalusa in the standards of police. Policing in Bogalusa is so terrible. When I say it's terrible, it's the worst power in the country. And I mean that from my heart. From my heart, the worst policing is in Bogalusa. All the crookedness, all this is who you know. You can get away with this and get away with that. Everybody should be held accountable for what they do. Everybody. Best thing that ever happened to Bogalusa, but put on the shelf though. There's a lot of people that can help Bogalusa if you give them the opportunity to. Thank you. We give the opportunities to the wrong people. We need to start standing behind and vote the people in that's from Bogalusa. Not the people who got a little money, because that money ain't gonna do nothing for you. That money is for them. Quit liking people because material wealth. Because why? That's who they are. And you not, look, we got assets and liabilities right here. Assets and liabilities. Let's use our assets and give you liabilities for that. Bogalusa got to take care of Bogalusa. Council, y'all do the right thing by Bogalusa. Do the right thing by Bogalusa. Give a man an opportunity to do what he's been doing for 30 years. Right now. Today is the day. Don't wait, they don't say, oh, I should have did this, I should have. No. Today is the day of accountability. We need y'all right now. We don't need y'all tomorrow, we need y'all now. Every last one of y'all. Give him the opportunity that he deserves. Don't give it to him because you know him. Give it to him because he deserves it. That's right. Thank you.
Mr. Tyson, as you approach the lane, please state your name and address the record. You'll have 3 minutes. 2.
Stephen Tyson, 1730 Hewitt Place, Bogalusa, Louisiana. City Council. I'm a retired police, Bogalusa Police Department. I've been 23 years. I know James Smith, I know Kellis, I worked under him. And I was there when Troy was hired, Michael Priest was hired, and all the rest of them. And tonight it's time to right a wrong. This man should have been chief of police 4 years ago. But for some reason, somebody 4 years his junior, y'all brought him around and voted him in. This man worked his way up from patrolman all the way up to the ranks to get somebody that's 4 years his junior put in front of it, and then add gas to the fire. They kept the assistant chief because that chief didn't want him as his assistant chief, and And that guy stayed until he retired, and he retired the next week. Let's call it a spade a job. Let's just call it a spade a job. That man deserved his job. And you need to give it to him. Myself and Raymond Tate are the only two policemen that was community police. So I know how to community police. And if this man is elected, I'll come out of retirement and do it for nothing. To get the community, to get the patrollers, teach them how to community police. You gotta go to community. Community can't come to the park every time or to the Y. You gotta go where they at sometimes. And there may be some places you don't want to go. And the only reason they picked me and Raymond, because didn't nobody else want to go that didn't look like us. Let's call a spade a job. You see what I'm saying? Give that man a job and serve him. And anybody that voted against him, shame on you. Thank you.
Thank for 1931 Deepwood Place. I think we have some nice police on the police department. I am asking all the police and the new chief to work together to make a better Bogalusa, better than it is now. And I'm also asking the citizen and the council to work with the police and the police chief and get us a community police going in Bogalusa. Bogalusa is need to have community policing. That brings the citizen and the police together. Those that don't like it, y'all got issues with you all. Because I know community policing do work. Because I started community policing here years ago under Jerry Agnew. And when I started that, it worked. And I'm asking this administration and the council and the police department to get it going again. Because I'm about right. I've been about right ever since I've been here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But I see a lot of holes that need to be filled here in Bogalusa. We also need to get a community center or either boys and girls club for these kids. It's needed real bad. Because all this shooting they doing, it don't make no sense. See, I could have been one of those kids if I hadn't got in the boys and girls club. So I'm asking y'all, come together, unite as one, and work together, everybody. We could have had several different people from the police department to be chief, but we only can use one. So regardless of the one he chooses, let's go with it, please. Thank you.
President 641 St. Augustine Street, Bogalusa. I am very elated because this gives the council the opportunity to listen to the people and do the right thing. It's our chance to right wrong that's here. I'm still waiting on who the EEO representative or liaison is for the city as well. But if I can get that later, we need this chief in place. When I first got here, we didn't even have a fire chief. You guys wanted to put a temporary fire chief in that position instead of vetting and going through it. It took us time, but we got the fire chief. Now, we have a new police chief. When we're talking about community policing, kids in this community are terrified of police. They're scared of police. And for a child, that should not be so. Because in their mind, all they see is what has been done in the past by the police. So they're growing up in fear of the police instead of learning to trust the police. Come to the police. We need a police that's going to work on rebuilding this community and as well as working with the community, the council, the mayor's office on objectives just to move the city forward. But right now, we need a police chief, and this is the council's responsibility. This is you guys' lane, and we expect you to take the responsibility and your job serious enough to put Bogalusa first. We need a chief of police. Thank you. and I'm still waiting on that EEO representative.
Ordinance, I did get the number for you, with you to submit the EEOC
Okay.
in New Orleans for this area.
Go ahead and say your name and address for the record.
Rhonda Arene, 826 East 7th Street, Bogalusa, Louisiana. I just want to say that I'm not going to get up here and throw stones at nobody. We're here to make a decision, to make a good decision for the city of Bogalusa. Mr. James, I've known Mr. James Smith, I've known him growing up on the other side of town. He was always a great police officer. Now this chance, I'm asking you guys to consider to give him this chance, to show that he can make Bogalusa greater. I feel like we're great, we just got some things and hurdles that we got to get through. But tonight, you know, before you make this decision, just ask God give me this answer right now, which we know that he will do a great job. And y'all, we got to stop bickering, we got to stop fighting, and we have to make this city run by coming together, being as one. But again, I'm not gonna get up here. We all went through something. I get up here fussing, arguing, and fighting. But when you learn and you learn these things, you do it. So tonight, he served us how many years, Mr. James? 28 years. He done did it all, and he done seen it all. So tonight, not for me, not for the mayor, not for you, make the right decision, the best decision. Thank you.
Mr. Miller will be the last participant. Please state your name.
Joe Miller,
Please state your name and address for the record.
532 Officer Street. A lot has been said in support of Mr. Smith, and a lot more will be said in support of him. I think he's been an outstanding officer. I've been knowing ever since he's been in Bogalusa. And when I used to be a deputy, I could watch the parish church department. He and I had a chance to work together, and that's been a fair man. I've seen where he could have, some things he could have overlooked, but he did. And I like to also, I don't know whether the city ever gave him any credit for the lives he saved that night when they had, I think it's 2 or 3 people that was over there, I think off Military Road that got taken over by the gas toxic. And he took it on himself, put them in that police car with a siren on and took them and saved their lives. It was done better than what happened after I left the mayor when the young man got beat. And instead of them taking him to the hospital, they let him lay there and then brought him to jail, and the man died. But Mr. Smith, he's an outstanding officer, and I hope the city and the city council do the right thing by voting the man in. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any council discussion? There you go.
Yes, I do have a with council discussion. In selecting a candidate for confirmation in the position of the Bogalusa police chief it was very close and very challenging. In reviewing resumes and test scores as selected from the local civil service board, in which some candidates applied back in 2016. And that's Mr. Smith. And he applied the current date. In my decision, it came down to 2 men that was not based upon black or white, as many has made this a subject matter. It is written that one day we live in a nation where folks will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. One candidate with 28 years of experience, returning after 6 years, he has applied. And one candidate with 26 years of experience. Both candidates on the assistant's chief list. However, one was passed up, and that was Mr. Smith. In wanting the best for the community and having the best of both worlds, whereas both of the candidates could complement one another. With that being said, I'm not sure if we have received the motion or if it's time for the motion, but I do make a motion that Mr. Smith become our next Bogalusa police chief.
We have to discuss, council discussion.
I want to say this to start off. I want to first of all, as I said at the last meeting, I want to salute Troy Trevelyan for the work he's done. Yes, sir. Due to whatever reasons, you know, that goes under the radar that over the past 2 years, over 9% of these homicides, we made an arrest on them. The shooting is down significantly, and the visibility has increased. And so I definitely want to salute Troy on the work he's done. I leave him Grace as well. They've done a great job. Yeah. And the city today is a lot safer than it was prior to you stepping up into that position. So man, I want to salute you for that. And I want to say that, of course, I've been on Smitty since he's been here, and I will say this here, that as a person in the street at times, when I was young, everybody knew when RoboCop pulled up. Get in the car,
And go.
put your stuff up, don't move around. Because he wasn't the one to negotiate with or play with. And so I believe that, just me speaking, I believe that him and Troy, as chief and assistant chief, will work together to further this city in the right way and to make Bogalusa the safest, best place in America by working together. I just believe that that'll be a great combination for our city. So I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Any further council discussion?
I just want to thank everyone who stepped up to the plate to actually take the test. Commend you guys for that. Thank you to the police officers for a job well done. Thank you, Mr. Smitty, for willing to take on this role. And I know it's probably so emotional right now that your wife is not here. I see your daughter in the audience and your grandson and your son-in-law. And I know that, and sister, thank you, sister, and niece and family, and everyone that is here to be with you on this day. I thank the family. And I just thank you for stepping out of retirement, because I look at it as you are the chosen one. Yes. And you're chosen for a reason. Yes. I also like to commend the officers that are here. Yes. And hats off to the ladies. Yes. Y'all made my day when y'all stepped in here. Hats off to you ladies, because I know It's not easy being a woman in that type of uniform, so hats off to y'all. And I just want to commend the police department for stepping up and just doing a tremendous job. I spoke to Mr. Troy today. He couldn't ask for a better person. He had nothing negative to say. Everything was positive. And with that being said, I'll say again, I know that he was the chosen one. Thank you.
Call for a vote. Roll call, please. This is a motion by Councilwoman Cates and seconded by Councilman Michael Overby. We have a vote.
Vice President Urban,
Nay.
Councilwoman Douglas, Councilwoman Smith,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cates,
Aye.
Councilman O'Reilly,
Aye.
Councilwoman Temples. Aye.
Something that Councilman O'Reilly said, that Troy has done a good job.
He has.
So has Mike, so has
Yes, sir, Mike.
So has Percy.
Everybody.
And everyone else on the police, but it's just some things that we probably don't need to fine tune on, but as I think that this administration that's here now, that I'm coming into with these guys, we're gonna do great things. As far as with the criminal aspect, the juvenile aspect, and it's just things that me and Troy going in and talking about that we're gonna try to work on as far as the community as a whole. Several people said that Bogalusa need to be growing together. That's the most true statement that was stated tonight. The police department, we're gonna be the leaders in that.
Yeah.
So thank you guys, and God bless.